Welcome to Food Fusion, the show where I bring you culinary musings and adventures. Today I am going to go into some lifestyle lexicon that any discerning lifestyle food enthusiast should know. The first word is summary. So you want to think leisurely stretches in idyllic seaside villas, being in a place that is cooler than weather-wise than your home location. So let's say you live in Miami, which is hot as heck in summer. I know firsthand. And you want to summer somewhere, kind of like relax. So that's what all of these words that I'm going to tell you mean. It's about just doing nothing. So let's say I'm from Miami, I'm going to summer in New York. So usually one goes from a hotter climate to a cooler climate to do nothing. Which brings me to the next word, which is weekending. And I actually heard this word yesterday. I was reading a newsletter from liquor.com, great website on all things alcohol. And one of the authors of one of the articles in the newsletter said, I am on my way to weekend in this place. I forget the name. And I was like, to weekend? I never heard of that before. That's a great word. So basically, to weekend or weekending is doing a mini vacation within 48 hours. So I guess I've done it tons of times. I've weekended in DC, Washington, DC. I've weekended in Pennsylvania by going skiing. So if someone else says I'm going to weekend somewhere, you can talk about how you've weekended. And finally, the last word is wintering. So this is all about embracing the colder months of the year. When I think of wintering, I think of me going to a place that has warmer weather than where I am currently. Last year in the winter, I wintered in Puerto Rico. It was so much work wintering there. Oh my goodness, I had to go to the beach and relax. So these words really just mean just ways that you relax, but it sounds like one is doing something. I'm going to be wintering next week in Santo Domingo, and I have yet to plan out what I'm going to do, and I'll make a video and tell you guys how it went. So typically one winters in my book from a place that is colder, is warmer than their climate. So now let's go to some ways that you can winter at home. So one way that I winter is by cooking foods that embrace coziness, warmth, and hearth. And I recently found a dish on the New York Times cooking site called Lemony Greek Chicken, Spinach and Potato Stew. And this dish is delicious. It's very light. It has a very strong oregano and rosemary taste. It has feta, ground chicken, which is perfect with oregano, and also has a hint of lemon juice, which totally transport you to being in the sunny Greek Isles. So you can winter at home by finding meals that bring you or make you experience that you are in a different place. One way that one can winter at home is to have summer drinks. And I have been wintering with coconut Bacardi rum. And I'm drinking right now a coconut Bacardi rum and Coke. Whenever I taste coconut, immediately I'm transported to summer or Jamaica. My family is Jamaican, so whenever warm, tropical vibes come in, that is something that comes into my head at times being in Jamaica. So you can get a liquor that transports you to somewhere warm and gives you that warm and cozy feeling. Now, there are some foods out there that are great for wintering. And I usually talk about everything fresh on this channel. However, there are some really good foods out there that are canned and jarred. And I'm going to show you two of them. Now, the first one is this. This is called La Costeña Homestyle Mexican Salsa. And how I found this was I was watching this video on YouTube with this food connoisseur from Mexico. And he had this elaborate outdoor meal that he made. And then he was putting this on some meat. And I honestly could not believe it. I was like, wow, I guess that must be some really good salsa. If he went through all that work and then just put this salsa from the jar, because for me, that's like heresy. Like, if people who know me know that I am famous for my salsa, my pico de gallo, and so when I started making my own salsa about 20 years ago, I literally never bought canned salsa ever until I saw that. So I went to the store and I looked for this and I found it. And I'm telling you that it is the best jarred salsa I've ever found. All you have to do is just get your nachos and dip and eat. Put it in the fridge. Even when it's cold, it tastes amazing. So this is something that you want to have a couple of jars of because it is addictive. Another item I recommend is this. This is Goya black bean soup. And it is, honestly, I have literally eaten this out of the can, literally. And it's so flavorful. Like literally, you could just get black rice, put the beans, and then the sauce, I guess, which they call soup, and eat it like that. It's amazing. I use it for so many recipes, but I'll tell you one thing I use it for is if I'm making chips and salsa, I'll do that. If I want it with some rice, I'll put it with some rice. And then I'll also get some Mexican hot sauce. And this is one brand of Mexican hot sauce that I use. It's called El Yucateco. And I use the green sauce and the red sauce. And then you could also put some sour cream on it. And the ways that you can use this black bean soup is just like, it's a lot. You want to definitely stack this in your pantry for those days that you just don't feel like cooking, but you want something that is full of flavor, that's going to just transport you to another place this winter. In today's cooking demo, I am going to be cooking with jerk seasoning. This is actually a honey jerk variety of this brand called Grace from Jamaica. And I'm going to be making tofu jerk with black beans, broccoli, and rice. It is absolutely delicious and simple, and it's vegetable forward. Actually, it's vegetarian because there's absolutely no meat in it. And jerk seasoning comes from Jamaica. It's made with a mix of herbs and spices, and typically it is used in grilled meats. And I'm going to show you how you can use it with tofu. I'm going to start by cooking some chopped broccoli, and then I'm going to chop up some extra firm tofu. And it's important to use extra firm tofu so that it won't fall apart when I stir fry it. So this has like a sweet, spicy taste to it. Full of protein and healthy goodness. I didn't add in any of the Mexican hot sauce because I wanna try it out first. I don't always just add it immediately. I like to see what it tastes like first. Very hot and spicy. Spicy in a good way, not hot, but lots of flavor. Very hearty. Now I'm gonna try a piece with the avocado. Thank you for watching this version of Food Fusion. Tell your friends and happy wintering.